What is up, my dudes? We've got the Corporate Esports Association Dendiate 2 Spring 2019 tournament going on. Today we've got ValassiRaptors Team B, I believe. ValassiRaptors only has one team, so a bit of a question mark here. Representing Valassis, and we've got Team Dendiate representing Google. And I don't know if this is a glitch or Team Dendiate have 4 players. Very confused now. I mean, hopefully it's just a glitch, and I mean, this thing's also looking pretty funky. So, not sure what's going on with this replay. We'll see when we get into the game, I suppose. But I'll just assume they have 5 players. Alright, well, let's hop into the draft. We've got some interesting bans already. So Invoker and Nature's Prophet. I think Prophet's a pretty good hero in general, and I mean, he can definitely take over games. I feel like these days you want to see Prophet in 5 position rather than anywhere else, although I think as a few Chinese teams are still running Nature's Prophet in the 3 position. He just there's so much less commitment as a 5 position to the ratting. Like, if you get caught out and die, well, you're just a 5 position, who cares, dude? But as a 3 position, it feels a little bit more impactful when you die. So definitely playing as the 5 position rat is I feel like it's the way to go. We've also got Bristleback and Viper Band and Grimstroke as well. Grimstroke is a bit of an odd one. He is a good hero. I think he's been nerfed a lot since he came out, because that hero was broken as shit when he first came out. But nowadays Inkswell is mostly balanced, although there's definitely been so this game was played before the Disneyland Major a few weeks ago, so maybe not seeing the Grimstroke PA mag trio, which was very obnoxious. OG kept playing. You max the Inkswell and then have the PA run at them for 1 billion damage. The Inkswell does 400 damage at level 4. Also CM, an interesting ban, because I honestly think CM is a pretty fucking terrible hero right now. This hero just doesn't have enough mana to exist. The ulti change is nice, but Nash is all about the ulti, and it's not easy to get ulti, and it's still not easy to get ulti even with the plus 20 armor. Also, an early DK pick for ValassiRaptors. This draft is all over the place right now, but I'm interested to see what happens. We're going to see a quick Zeus response, which I think Zeus actually does pretty decently against Dragon Knight in lane. DK is most likely going to go mid. I don't think it's really feasible for DK to go to any other lanes. He definitely needs to hit that early level 6, turn on the dragon form, pressure the mid tower, and it's really hard to do that from the other lanes. So a quick Zeus response. The burst damage would be really nice against the DK, because he doesn't deal with burst damage that well. He's got a decent amount of HP, but most of his tankiness comes from the armor and the regen, so Zeus is able to get around most of that, especially with the percentage damage to static field, which is quite nice as well. But this second pick is it's taking some time from Team Dendiate. Not really sure. Again, I'm still not sure if they only have 4 players. There's definitely some realm of possibility of Zeus in the 4 position. We used to see all the time, but Thunderbolt, Lightning Bolt, its mana cost went up by a little bit too much, and the 4 position Zeus is no more. So probably going to be Zeus mid, and Shadow Shaman picked up as well, and Drow DK is looking like a pretty scary duo already, opening up with 2 cores actually, so very aggressive on the plays there. But now they can pick some more aggressive supports to counter the side of Team Dendiate. And yeah, I mean, DK during the ulti form is going to have a lot of extra DPS thanks to the Drow Ranger's aura. Lich banned out from ValassiRaptors. I do think that makes a lot of sense. Just have a hero who gives you some extra physical damage reduction. The team fight can really devastate. The Chain Frost can devastate a team fight, forcing them to run away. The Deucer ban as well, to make sure they can't just group up and run at you. You have the Deucer who stands in the way. Dendiate, they definitely need a frontliner right now. Because the Zeus and Shadow Shaman definitely, they're pretty squishy. Zeus needs someone big and tanky in front of him to help him buy time to get off more lightning bolts.
10 seconds to pick. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry. Dire team are now picking.
Interesting that we see a silencer ban, also an AA ban. Wow, okay, I am not sure about AA. So, Enigma crosses my mind right now. You go for the big black holes, but that's kind of scary as well, because if you miss your black hole, you're just kind of screwed. Drow can stay really far back and just gust you from across the black hole. I don't think Enigma's the right pick here.
Radiant team are now picking.
Jug. Okay, I like this. Someone to get in the face of the Drow Ranger. Hopefully he goes for like a quick blink or something after his first item. And just blink on top of the Drow Ranger and Omni Slasher. It would be a pretty nice way to get rid of her. Not really sure what kind of build I want to see out of Jug though. She's gonna need a Battle Fury if he wants to try and keep up with the Drow Ranger. Otherwise, it's just not gonna farm as fast. So Lion's gonna come out for ValassiRaptors, a nice burst damage, instant hex as well for the Jug. So it's gonna be a bit harder to do those aggressive blink plays because you can pre-cast the hex.
"10 seconds to pick."
Also, the Zeus and the Shadow Shaman don't, even the Jug, they don't have very much HP, so very susceptible to the Finger of Death. Timbersaw! Oh boy, okay, I actually really like this. It's going to do pretty well against the DK. Not going to be laning, oh actually, he could lane against the DK, but mid Timbersaw is a bit questionable sometimes. It's definitely okay, but then Zeus is going to go offlane? I'm not... I think the Zeus should go mid. So the only hero that's left from Team Dendiate is position 4, I guess. I couldn't see like Shadow Shaman being a position 4 and then picking like a more traditional 5. That doesn't make too much sense. I think Shadow Shaman is probably not the right fit for this kind of game. The Serpent Wards are just going to go down. There's like 4 ranged heroes already. They're going to go down pretty fast. Although you do have to like dedicate some APM to like actually clicking on the wards instead of just A-clicking. And Necrophos coming out is going to be super scary as well. They've got this now really tanky offlaner who's going to build the aura items. The Greaves, the Pipe, the Crimson Guard. Like this team is going to be really hard to take down, especially with the heals as well. Oh man. But that being said, like Dendiate, they have the damage. They have a lot of damage on the table right now. They all do a ton of damage on the side of Dendiate. You can't really Ghost Shroud away from the Zeus. He's just gonna blow you up with a lightning bolt.
Radiant team are now picking.
Meepo banned out for ValassiRaptors. A bit of an odd one, but maybe understand that Dendiate plays Meepo. And Undyne is going to be the final pick for ValassiRaptors, just doubling down on this Death Ball. This is going to be super scary for ValassiRaptors. Maybe we'll see like a big. I don't really know what Dendiate should go for this game. They could go for a big team fight ultimate, but there aren't that many 4 positions who have it that don't need a lot of farm. Like you could go for Earthshaker, but then you really need to blink before you can do anything against this team. It could be Zeus position 4, but then Timbersaw mid against the DK could be pretty cool. Who's gonna go up against the Drow though? They could go with like another initiator, like Axe is in the table. I feel like Axe is just gonna get murdered here. He's not tanky enough anymore. They could go for like Tide Hunter. Be okay. But I think if Zeus isn't gonna go mid, then he's not gonna get enough levels to dish out the deeps that he needs to. Like Timbersaw will eventually get his levels. You normally max the reactive armor first as well, so it's like his damage comes a lot later. And Jug's also not that strong in the early game anymore. The changes to Omni Slash that only does your right click damage. It's not that great. Sniper is gonna come out. Sniper is a a hero we saw a lot counted to counter Drow in the Disneyland major. Pretty good against the Undying as well. You can always snipe that tombstone down, but not something you always want. They did need something to take out the tombstone because Jug doesn't want to go for the tombstone. The other heroes are garbage at taking it out. Timbersaw can't attack most of the time anyway. And it's going to be 4 position Zeus. Interesting. I haven't seen this in about a year. Maybe we'll see like a quad mango with level 1 lightning bolt opening. That would be pretty sick. Put a lot of pressure on this Drow Ranger early on. Maybe I think Car Heal's the position 5, so it's gonna be a Undying laning with a Drow Ranger, which is pretty good for her. It's a nice meat shield, someone who can heal her up if she gets pressure too hard, and the tombstone as well with the Drow slow. Maybe we'll see 2 points in the slow, and then it's going to become a really scary lane. I gotta say, I do like ValassiRaptors draft. It just feels so much easier to pull off. It's like, get some aura items, group up into a ball, and push. The side of they only have 4 players. This is I feel this is going to be very one-sided. Can you even join a lobby like this? You don't really want to watch Game of Thrones though. It's a bit disappointing. There's a lot of drama going on here. This is some Prime Data drama. I feel like I'm in the sea scene. I feel like we're not getting anywhere, so let's fast forward a little bit. 4 times. Alright, we're gonna 4v5 apparently. This game's gonna be over very fast. Well, apparently not. You saw the time. So I don't believe there's benefits to being 4v5 in a lobby game. In the original Dota 1, your team used to have like 3k gold, and then it was split by however many players were in the game. So if you were playing with 4 people, everyone got a little bit more starting gold. Also, the gold, the passive gold that you would have normally gotten on the other guy gets distributed as well. So everyone gets a 0.2 gold per second increase. It was a nice. It's still really not worth it. The problem with 4v5 is you don't have enough bodies to occupy the lanes. You need 5 heroes to match the 5 actions from the other team. Unless you're like really good at outskilling them. So Shadow Shaman, I'm gonna bait these 2 up here while Jug goes for the steal. So
Murder each other
This is
for my
the next level
amusement.
play, but they're gonna lose. They can lose 2 at bot because they only have 4 players. Oh, I should have introduced the teams actually. So let's. So on the side of ValassiRaptors, we've got Dals on the Dragon Knight, Austin Sky on the Drow Ranger, Old Drippy on the Necrophos, New Relic on the Lion, and Kale on the Undying. On the side of Team Dendiate, we got Dead Noob on the Zeus, Tunka on the Shadow Shaman, Do Not Want on the Timbersaw, and Feedmaster on the Jug. So this looks like a bloody terrifying lane. The Undying and Necrophos. There's so much cancer, so much green. Green is the color of cancer in Dota. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You have Viper, you have Pugna. Wind Ranger's pretty cancerous as well, where she was when like the spread for Shackle Shot was way more than it should have been. Also, it lasted for 5.25 seconds, a very unnecessarily long amount of time. So Shackles on the Shadow Shaman, but he's going to end up going down to the Death Pulse here. The Tombstone gets dropped down. A lot of zombies are going to spawn and going to be able to tank this tower. Another Decay comes out and the Jug is going to go down as well. And you never want to see these in your 4v5 games. Tombstone will eventually go down. Necro first, not denying the Tombstone, denying them that 150 gold bounty. Oh, and I forgot about Venomancer, the most cancerous of the cancer. It's like stage 5 cancer. So it is mid Zeus, but only because what was the hero that got picked and oh, it was the sniper at the end, right? I thought the sniper would have done really well here, but such is the 4v5 life. Shackles onto the Necro won't get a whole lot done. So, I mean, you don't really need to rush this, like, if you're gonna win eventually. Timbersaw taking a lot of heat, but he's got 2 points of reactive armor, so it won't go down there.
Let's do it once more.
0-1-1 on the Shadow Shaman, not something you see almost ever. The Ether Shock's just so good at level 1, and the Hex sucks balls at level 1. 1.25 second, that's like shorter than most stuns in the game. Maybe the... Alright, well the Shackles come out, but another Death Pulse is ready with the... He doesn't even need it, he just right clicks him. Another Death Pulse is ready now after he eats the mango. He's taking a lot of heat, but we'll use the branch to get an extra boost to his tango. The Tombstone comes down, the Shackles onto the Undying, so Jug will just barely be able to take out the Tombstone, but a Decay completely misses on the Jug. Which way was he aiming? Hex and Mana Drain on the Timbersaw. This is a pretty nice way to counter the Timbersaw. Just spam that Mana Drain. I'm glad he got it early. Not really sure what he picked up Hex. I didn't look at his skill build, but if he went for Mana Drain level 1 even, I'd respect that actually. Probably want the Impale. But it is Timbersaw, like even if you like harass him, you just gotta heal it up. Which is kind of the frustrating thing about Timbersaw. You just keep hitting him and then he's back at full health after like 10 seconds. Well, he just regenerates all the damage you do while you're hitting him, and you're like, geez, well, what a waste of time. Hex onto the Timbersaw again. He's still got the chompers. He's taking a lot of flack for the Drow, but the Drow doesn't hit too hard right now. Doesn't have the well, I mean, once she gets level 6, she can ignore armor on the marksmanship proc, so that's pretty good. She can also harass him under the tower with the Frost Arrows. Frost Arrows, like many other these like attack modifier skills, they don't draw the aggro. So you have like Glaives of Wisdom, Searing Arrows.
I'll take that.
Mid lane, Zeus is actually doing really well in last hits. It's kind of hard to outlast hit this Dragonite because he's got the same base damage but a way better animation, the Quelling Blade as well. Whereas, yeah, this is so poor. And he hasn't even skilled Arc Lightning. He hasn't been using Arc Lightning to last hit. Just purely using his mana to spam out the Dragonite, which I really like this approach to the matchup. Just putting a bit more pressure on the DK. Another lightning bolt comes out. He's not cancelling the clarity with the breathe fire. You probably should do that, but I'm not really sure why not. Alright, he goes for it now, but didn't use the soul ring first. Bit of a under optimization. Alright, there you go. There's the soul ring. Maybe he was too low earlier and decided to not use it at the time. But Zeus, he's completely out of mana now. He's got enough mana for one more lightning bolt and then he's dry. So this is when DK's life becomes a lot easier. He's got the soul ring as well to infinitely sustain every 30 seconds, has access to another source of mana.
Dominating.
Alright, well, top lane, just gonna get run out. This Jug in a bit of trouble. Nekker has boots and the Jug doesn't, so Nekker actually going to be faster than the Jug right now. Breathe it in. Timbersaw is level 6, but he has no point in Chakram. Interesting. I guess you didn't get he doesn't have mana boots yet, so I kind of get it. You just don't have the mana to use Chakram. Might as well get another point in the Whirling Death. It's kind of like how Zeus isn't getting any points in the Arc Lightning because he doesn't have that much mana sustain right now. So if he decided to spam both, he would just like run out really quickly and not deal that much damage. The Lightning Bolt is the one that does the more damage, 275 versus a 120 out of the Arc Lightning, and the mana cost is like not too different. Like the damage per mana is way higher on the Lightning Bolt. Although, maybe not. Maybe. No, it's way higher on Lightning Bolt. Jug only level 4, so no Omni Slash potential. Shackles onto the line, gets smacked by a tree whirling death. Shimmer chain forward, one more hit from the Timbersaw will take him out.
You don't get to win, I get to win.
Yeah, I think if he had Arcane Boost, he would probably pick up the Chakra, but right now it's just like not a wise use of his mana. There's a regen at top. This really needs it, but no. Was spotted out, and the DK he's got boots. Well, I mean, I guess he's faster than Zeus is what I'm trying to say, and he's also got vision of the arcane of the regen rune. So if Zeus goes for it, Dragonite can just try and intercept. And not hitting the tower with Dragon Form, this is not ideal. You want to at least get the Corrosive Breath dot on the tower. Keep it on at all times, because it actually does a pretty decent chunk of damage through the duration of your Dragon Form. So a bit of maybe not too familiar with Dragon Knight's intricate mechanics, like the exact details on how to lane him.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Zeus, he had to go shrine. Oh, I don't know. Oh, he went to buy mana boost, but he's still pretty low on mana. Maybe should have just hit the shrine to get back on full. Alright, well, the regen rate is still there. It's still going to be there for 20 more seconds. And the Dragon Form is over, so DK's speed advantage is more or less neutralized. But, you know, he still doesn't see the regen rune. You could really use it, actually. Just spam Breathe Fire. Use Breathe Fire one more time on the next creep wave. Push it out and then grab the regen rune. Would be pretty smart. It's going to change, so 10 minutes is coming up. The Undying. Yeah, I mean, this is another problem with playing 4v5. Is you don't have people who like go for all the bounty runes. Shadow Shaman dodges the gust, or Jarrett misses the gust, but Shadow Shaman doesn't go up for a Shackles, and the Omni Slash comes out. It's going to bounce back onto the creeps. Very unfortunate for Feedmaster, and Necrophos is here now. It's time to run if you're Team Dendiate. The Shadow Shaman will eventually go down to the Undying, but Necrophos just being the bane of Jug's existence. Actually, the zombie finished off the Jug. Alright, well, Dra, she's got the ulti now, so just needs to get some RNG here and be able to take out this Timbersaw. Another another marksmanship shot comes out, but isn't gonna get the kill with it. I mean, Dra's a big girl now. It's time to hit the jungle for the next 15 minutes, even though you're 8k gold ahead and you're playing against 4 players. Zeus in a lot of trouble. He's just gonna get run out. Blade Veil on the Undying, so he couldn't ulti. That's some bad mana. They changed Flesh Golem recently, but I can't really remember what it does.
Dire's middle tower
So
is now
it
but a
slows. I don't know. I feel like Undying ulti is like just not really an impactful part.
tower is being attacked.
But it is, I guess. Like the 40% slow is pretty big. 7% health per second is like not bad either. I don't know. It doesn't feel that good, but seems kind of strong if you can stick to your targets. I just feel like most of the time you see Undying in the 5th position, and then he's way too far behind. Just ends up feeding out in like 3 hits, even though he's like so tanky in the early game. He just doesn't scale into the mid and late game. And they moved the Tombstone on Death talent from level 15 to level 20, which made him really hard to play. It was so hard before to get up to level 15, but now getting level 20 is like maybe once in like 15 games. That's what it feels like for me. I usually end the game at like level 15.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked. Dire have fortified their towers. Dire's bottom
I mean,
tower
that's kind of the
under
support
fire.
life. You just expect that you don't get past level 8. If you get to level 8 like early on, that's like you're doing really well. I mean, yeah, I also have those games where I don't get boots until 15 minutes into the game. It's just you're so poor all the time. You're up against a bounty hunter who keeps killing you and stealing your gold. Well, the Chakram is available. He doesn't have mana boots yet, so maybe just looking to sustain himself on the Soul Ring for now. Top lane, Shackles onto the Undying. He's gonna get pretty low. The Wrath of God, Thunder God's Wrath comes out. Another lightning bolt will finish off the Undying, and this Necro is gonna get taken out as well. Another lightning bolt available. Just zap him and take him out. No Ghost Shroud will help him there. He doesn't even skill with Ghost Shroud. There's a lot of magic damage coming out of Team Dendiate. So Jug is gonna go for a Battle Fury. I guess it's probably the only way into the game is to make sure the Jug gets super big and becomes a literal juggernaut, an unstoppable wall or unstoppable force. Because they definitely have the damage output with these 3 cores to take on ValassiRaptor in the late game. It's definitely possible for them. Undying, just doing undying things. I'm very curious about this blade mill. I think it's kind of a meme, I think. So Timbersaw actually in a lot of trouble. One more marksmanship shot should take him out. Nice.
You are too noisy to live.
RNG, she got 3 marksmanship shots that I saw in probably less than 15 attacks. So, bit favorable, her RNG.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Our blade is swifter.
Well, we'll see when ValassiRaptor want to just death ball, because they have the Greaves now and the Necrophos. They're pretty unstoppable right now. They just group up behind the DK and push down towers. It's very easy for them. No points to the Soul Rip actually. A little bit of an odd support build for Undying. This is kind of what I would imagine an offlane build looks like, except like you probably go for a Greaves or something else. Maybe even an Axe first. Just getting super low. The Serpent wants to go down, but the DK is pretty tanky. He's not going to go down here. Zeus is completely out of mana. No mana boots on the Timbersaw to heal him up, but he will go down to the Timbersaw though. Pure damage. Does not care about your armor. Omni Slash onto the Dry Ranger as well, and the Jug will go for a celebration spin to win. And Necrophos drops the Scythe onto the Shadow Shaman, but he doesn't go down. He ends up going down to the Necro ulti, I guess. That was kind of weird. I didn't see a Death Pulse come out, but he gets a double kill and right back up to full health and mana, because Necro is a very balanced hero. Gonna go for a Radiance next. Well on his way.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
So actually a pretty decent fight for Team Dendiate, and Zeus completely out of mana early on in the fight, so basically contributed nothing. It was basically a 3v5, and they managed to get 2 important kills for it. They do lose Juggernaut, which is a big deal, and Shadow Shaman, who's just a ward bitch at this point, is not even thinking about items. Zeus isn't really thinking about items either. He just finished his Aether Lens though, so he's doing okay so far. He's gonna go for an Axe next, I reckon. Or maybe a Kaya to be able to just get a little bit more damage out earlier on. Definitely needs both at some point. Maybe the Yasha Kaya to get a bit more mobility as well. Much later in the end, I think he needs the Kaya and the Ags before buying. I feel like Kaya Sanj is Kaya Yasha is definitely a luxury item. Only OD probably wants it. Maybe Kaya Sanj as well instead. Alright, Necro, he's in a lot of trouble here. He's gonna... Oh, the Undying goes down to the Thunder God's Wrath, and the Shackle onto the Necro, but he manages to break out of the shackles and then gets a double kill. Thanks to the Lion, dropping the Figure of Death. There's no Omni Slash on the Jug, so he's got to go down, gets Dragon Tailed and silenced, stunned, and Lion will steal the kill. And Zeus still in the area for some reason, very confusingly. Hopefully he turns around to get the Mud Golem, but he's not going to get it. I don't think he had the damage for it with the level 2 nuke. It's it had 20 HP. This thing has like 70 magic resist or something.
Dire's bottom tower is in pieces.
So Zeus got to be the lone survivor for his team. He's got to go for a Kaya next, I think. But it's kind of hard to stop a Drought lineup at this point. 17k gold ahead. It's a shame though. I really think that like with the sniper, they definitely had the potential to take these fights. But yeah, it's 4v5, so. Lion's gonna have a blink after this as well, so gonna be really hard to run away from the Lion.
Go!
20-minute bounty runes. Actually, finally get 2 on the side of Dendiate.
Life, death, love, fear, and getting to come back immediately after you're murdered.
Necro has his Radiance now if he wants to pick it up. He's got the recipe on the courier plus 500 spare change.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
DK is actually pretty broke, it feels like. 20 minutes into the game.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
But the other team is more broke, so it's fine. At least in terms of relative net worth, they're very far ahead. Well played. Necro in a little bit of trouble. Actually gets a return kill, almost on the Timbersaw, but he's got the hood to get that extra bit of hate magic resist, and he'll actually go down here. Gets sniped by the actually the Chakram snipes him out. Out sniping the Zeus ulti. Zeus could have got his Kaya off that. It's probably a big deal. And Undying pretty low. He's gonna get Thunderbolted again, Ether Shock, but he's gonna heal up. Shadow Shaman gets instantly blown up. Blink forward, Hex by the Lion, gets Finger of Death and kills the Zeus. So it's game almost over. Can almost go to bed.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
This man can finally watch a Game of Thrones with his family. A very family-friendly show.
Hell's yes.
Battle Fury finally done on the jug. Honestly, I mean, this lane would have really sucked even if it was 5v5. The Necro Undying lane against Jug Shadow Shaman. That one was a bit of a hot mess.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
Zeus gets gusted up, so he's going to get instantly taken out, and no one to help him disengage. 45 seconds on the sidelines, so he is going to be out for pretty much the rest of this game. Jug finally TPing back, but he doesn't have a nice way to get in. He gets gusted, the ward drop as well. The Reaper Scythe will come out, finish him off, and nice Dragon Tail halfway through the Timber Chain. 3 marksmanship shots in a row for the Drow Ranger. We'll finish off the Timber Saw. Shadow Shaman gets Dragon Tailed and finished off. So another gust on the Timber Saw. Let's see how many shots Drow manages to get off. Actually kills him with none. They have an overwhelming amount of damage at this point in the game. Zeus is finally back from his feed and try and go for the Undying, but he got blade mailed.
Dire's middle tower taking damage. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is being attacked. Dire's middle tower is now but a memory.
Alright, well, not calling GG yet.
Taking damage.
This game is very much certainly over.
Dire's Ancient is under attack.
And the Kaya finally done on the Zeus. How much damage can he get done? Another Thunder God's Wrath is gonna come out, and no one dies. Oof, that was a painful game to watch. Just, I don't know. I feel like this game could have been very exciting with the sniper. But, some scheduling issues, I suppose. Zeus actually did a ton of damage this game. Oh no, he didn't.